Hey guys, I know I haven't recorded in a bit. I've still got fake blood on me from the haunt, so yeah. Um, it's been two days. I should have already had a shower. Guys, I want you. I want to tell y'all guys about something tragic that's happened in the past few days. A lot of you who watch Markiplier and Cyndago and them, they just took a real big hit. And I think for all of us that really knew him, it took a toll on us too. Markiplier, Ryan, and Matt are taking a big hit because uh, Daniel Kyre, Daniel Kyre, um, from Cyndago. He uh, he was he was found dead and sent to a hospital. He died a few nights ago. He passed away on the 16th. Just recently before the haunt, and a lot of us have been wondering why Markiplier hasn't been uploading. Well, he just uploaded a video today, and he told us that Daniel was found dead um, after an attempted suicide. He was rushed to the hospital, and he passed away shortly afterwards. So, yeah. Cyndago and Markiplier are taking a hit right now. They're just visiting family, trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that, guys. If you watch Cyndago and you watch Markiplier, it's gonna take a bit to get them back on their feet after this. So go over to their channels. Don't try and push it. Push the fact that, hey, you're gonna be okay. I know your buddy's dead. Don't go say that. These guys have been together since before my channel, and I'm fairly new. But before Mark's really got started, when Mark first got started, a few weeks or a few months later, he met with some guys, Ryan and Daniel, and they were part of Cyndago, and they've been doing skits together ever since. We all thought that Daniel was fine. I did anyway. He was always the happy type, but then it's always the happy ones that never show it. I don't know how much more to explain this than Daniel was really good with giving us all a good laugh, and he would want us all to continue moving on. And I know a lot of us say that to help ourselves move on more, but it takes a big toll on somebody when you takes a big giant toll on someone when you find out one of your favorite YouTubers, and for Mark and Matt and Ryan, their best friend, passed away from attempted suicide. So everybody's pretty hung up on that. This video is not to was a little informative about Daniel, and I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about the talk of suicide. A lot of people A lot of people, a lot of your closest friends will either, some show it and some don't, but even the happiest ones who don't ever talk about their problems can have their own demons, and it's best to find out. It's best to try and always never put someone down, because you don't know what people are going through, and uh, to hear first time in a while that one of our favorite people in the world have committed suicide. Uh, Everybody's acting pretty bad. But suicide, people all over the world deal with depression and anger. I have to take my own pills for depression, but I don't have it bad enough, at least not right now, for thoughts of suicide, and that's why I personally had to get depression meds, so that way I wouldn't get to that point. I'm now happier than usual. Well, not today, of course, but I got the help I needed ahead of time. But for those who are dealing with their own demons, a lot of them won't even tell you. A lot of them will have thoughts of committing suicide. And I see it all the time because I've done it myself too. We hear people have cut in the past, but they're fine now. Don't just blow it off. Something I've found out, you eventually find out the hard way, is that we blow it off and joke around and have fun, but when somebody has cut themselves in the past or harmed themselves in any way in the past, they shouldn't be taken lightly. And a lot of it is just social depression, social pressure, peer pressure, and like I said, we all joke around thinking it's okay, but we never know when it's gonna get too much for somebody. And it's this is a strong subject for me. I haven't had to talk about it in a long time. Like, if you go down my list of videos to one of the beginning ones, you'll see videos I talk on this subject, but I'm usually up and hype, and that was like way back before I even told, when I was just letting the depression get to me. You can see how, if now knowing this factor, if you go back and look at how I was, you can tell even the people who seem the happiest can go have their own personal demons. So guys, if you have a friend or you know someone who's dealing with thoughts of suicide, don't let that go to waste. And some people won't even tell you, but always make sure someone's okay, because I mean, we lost Daniel. I want to say it was Wednesday, and none of us knew about it. I didn't know about it till a couple days ago, and it's just a lot to deal with, guys, and it's thoughts of suicide and stuff, and cutting stuff. We just some of us say we're just gonna stay away from that person, or yeah, we have it worse. Either way, if you or your friends have thoughts of suicide, it's best to talk about it to somebody. Talk to a parent, talk to a family member, because guys, they're trying to help you. And if you're anything like me, before depression meds, I always thought the world was against me, and I pushed them away, said I could only hold myself up, but in doing so, I've been getting closer and closer. I'm not now, but I was getting closer and closer to what could have potentially led to attempts or possible suicide. And like I said, I got the help ahead of time, and I got the help ahead of time, and it's probably saved my life, more than a countless number of times. But guys, suicide is when it comes to suicide, they're not gonna want to talk. They're not gonna want to do anything about it. If you have thoughts of suicide, talk about it with somebody. If someone you think have suicides or any problem, either talk to them about it, and talk to them about it first, because they might be going through just a bad day. But always make sure if you pass somebody in the hall, just don't let stuff like that go to waste, guys. Like, it may be something as simple as I've had a bad day now, to it could be I've had a bad day now to I've been dealing with family drama, to I've had thoughts of suicide. You never know until it's almost too late, or is too late. So if you have a friend who's down all the time, or is even for that one moment has a sad moment, reassure him it's okay. Reassure him he's got somebody on his side. Because, like I said, I was one of the lucky ones. I got help ahead of time, and it took 10, 12 years for me to finally realize that I needed help. And it's hard knowing that things like this actually happen, even because we live in a world where we're like, okay, it's gonna be better tomorrow. We all say ourselves, and the ones that have thoughts of suicide always keep telling themselves it's gonna be okay tomorrow. But guys, if you're not gonna go out and help them, there's a great chance they might end up just like Daniel. And like I said, this subject is serious. We don't always know, but like I said, if you have someone who's there and who's always upset, or has even a one downtime, reassure them it's okay, because suicide is an issue that is going around. It's a higher rate issue nowadays, more than smoking or drugs or anything. Those rates have gone way down, but peer pressure and attempts or thoughts of suicide have gone way up. So guys, I just want to encourage you that if you or someone you know is dealing with depression or thoughts of suicide, get help, or let them know it's okay. But don't leave them in the dark. Don't do peer pressure. Don't bully. Don't do any of that stuff, guys, because you may be joking around. Even the friends who are joking, that stuff might actually affect somebody. And guys, it hurts to know that someone you care about, that you were just joking with, and you find out later you could have avoided all of that by helping them uh, helping them with the problem. So guys, I just want to encourage you, don't let something like that, don't let the little things slip away. I used to tell my friends all the time, it's okay, I'm fine. Even if they're fine, if they're fine, a lot of times they're not fine, and we don't know. We don't think nothing of it. We just say, okay, she says she's fine, she's gonna be better the next day, or he's gonna be better the next day. Guys, a lot of times it's not like that. So I encourage you greatly, take notice of people's feelings, take notice of people's problems, and if you can, help them out, because you're gonna when it comes down to it, to those times where you're where someone you knew that you felt like they needed help, but you did nothing about it. Sometimes that's all it takes, is that one push to send someone over the edge. So once again, I'm going to encourage you guys to show people kindness and help those who are in need of it, because this is a big thing, and there's too many people who are in need. You just gotta look for it. Sometimes it's right in front of you and you don't even know it. So I'm gonna go, guys, and thank you all for, if you stuck with me this long, thank you for listening. Please share this video with others. It's important. It's important that we get this message across. And for those of you who don't know Cyndago or Markiplier, please check them out. They can use all the moral support that you can get, they can get. They're dealing with so many going across the country to their families and explaining. They're doing so much to help out the families right now. This is Micro signing off. Thanks for joining the pack. If you subscribed, you're in the pack. Thanks, wolves.